What'd you see on the interception at the end there?
Yeah, I'm going to go back and look at the tape on it. I didn't get a good picture off the replay. I'll go back and look at it, but here's what I do like is that our guys were playing aggressive, and Jameis had an aggressive mindset all day, and I think he's trying to give his guy a chance right there at the end in the end zone to go score touchdowns. But I'll go look at it and see what happened exactly.
It looked like Jalen kind of stopped his route a little bit. Did you talk to him at all on the sideline?
Yeah, I hadn't had a chance because we were just kind of on to the next one, and just so again, I have to go back and look at the tape and see if that was the case.
What's going on with your defense here? I mean, this seems to be a theme this year with the fourth quarter.
Our defense is battling, they're playing their butts off, and just at the end of it, we got to make a couple more plays. But I really like how we approached it today. Aggressive mentality across the board. There were some one-on-one opportunities on the back end and the front end that we got to make, and I'm going to continue to challenge those guys to do that in practice, and that'll eventually turn over for us.
Is that something that you talked to Shane about this week, about an aggressive mentality that maybe has not?
It's something I talked to the whole team about, just staying aggressive no matter the situation, and that's what's going to get us over the hump.
How did the win factor into the way that you called the game today?
It was a factor. It's something we talked about, special teams, defense, offense, just kind of knowing where we at field position-wise. So, certain direction might have affected a little bit more, another direction not as much. But our game plan was our game plan. I thought our guys went out there, just came up a couple plays short.
You were obviously aggressive, too, with the fourth down plays. Why is being aggressive going to get you over the hump?
Yeah, we want to be, regardless, we want to be aggressive. And that's to me, as a former player, being around a lot of good play callers, head coaches, like you want to have aggressive mentality on offense and defense, special teams. So that's really the messaging throughout, and continue to be aggressive, whether it's one-on-one situations, whether it's by play call or whether just by style of play. I want that to be a stamp of what our team's about.
Why didn't Abdul play on the opening drive?
That was a coach's decision. That's something we talked about, and I wanted to make sure it was my decision. So we'll just keep the rest of that in-house.
Disciplinarily?
Yeah, we'll keep the rest of that in-house. Just this was a coach's decision for me, and talk to Abdul.
Mike, there were a number of cases where you had a pile, and the pile moved in your team's favor. What did that say about effort beyond the execution?
Yeah, I love the effort our guys play with. Love it, and we're going to continue to stress it. It's what we're about. It's, finishing longer than the guy with the football. That's what we're about, offensive, defensively, and special teams wise. And you saw that. We got to continue to make that a staple of us, and the consistency throughout the work week and practice.
Are you trying to set an example there with Abdul and obviously you said coach's decision there with not playing him on the opening drive? He played every other snap the rest of the game.
Yeah, he played his butt off. He practiced his tail off, played his butt off. I'm really happy about Abdul and excited to watch him continue to grow and continue to play a lot more as a pro.
And was that back to the original question was, are you trying to set an example there? Is that important to you to do that to the rest of the team? Whatever he was, that's not acceptable.
I love Abdul and what he brings to this team, the skill set he has. This guy loves ball, and I'm excited again to watch him attack this week of practice, and continue to work and grow and be the great player that I think he is.
What kind of adjustments did you have to make now that you're the head coach versus your previous role as the assistant head coach?
Can you say that again?
What kind of adjustments did you had to make being the head coach this week versus your previous role?
Yeah, you're talking a little bit more with the special teams and defense. You're still working with the staff and just communicating and collaborating and getting everyone on the same page. But those are probably just the two things off the top of my head. Just a little bit more communication with the rest of the coaches and players on the other side of the ball.
What was your message to the defense before they went out for that? What wound up being the go-ahead touchdown there?
Yeah, let's go get it. Attack. Be aggressive, and let's go get the ball back.
Were they aggressive enough? Did you think?
I thought they played really aggressive. I really did, and that we'll make some more plays. We'll continue to work at it. But I like the style in which we called it and which we played it.
What was it like for you today overall, just in general? How unusual or comfortable were you?
I haven't had a chance to really go back and think about it yet. Still fresh off the game. So we'll go back and evaluate it, but look at some of the things that we got to improve on and have those focused for the remainder of the week.
You planned to go for 2 and you scored on that last drive?
Yes.
Mike, was there ever a point today where you, before the game, you looked around and you said to yourself, I'm a head coach in the National Football League for the first time? Just emotionally, what did that feel like to you?
No, my focus was on the game. My focus was on the players, putting them in the best positions, and again, just thinking through, how we were going to play the game. Again, talking about some of the weather stuff, some of the substitution stuff. So that's really all my focus was just on the game.
Mike, is there a way to get your team to make game-winning plays? You know what I mean? I mean, like on defense, Love has a lot of time, then Burns gets late pressure. The ball just floats up there, and Cordell Flott is there, and he doesn't make a play. If he makes a play, maybe you win the game. So is there a way, repeatedly to see if your team can make those plays instead of not?
Absolutely. We're gonna keep on stressing it. We're gonna keep on working our tail off in practice and keep on putting our guys in those situations because I believe in them. And I think we get more opportunities at those plays, we're going to make them.
Mike, Jackson was here today. He was on the field before the game. So your expectation that he clears before next week's game against the Lions?
I don't want to get too far ahead on that. I know he's still in the protocol, so we'll just kind of play it as the protocol goes with the doctors.
I mean, he's here, so I imagine if
we had our whole practice squad here. We had anybody that was up on the sideline to help create some energy, just be a great sounding board for our team. We're all in this thing together. So those guys are a part of the group, and so they'll all be here for home games as long as we can because those guys are a critical part of the team.
Mike, you said you liked how aggressive Jameis was, but overall, how would you assess his play overall?
I don't think there's any much else I would add on Jameis. I just got to watch the tape, but I love where his mindset was the entire game. He was very positive. I thought he was completing a lot of footballs. I thought when he had opportunities downfield, he took them, right? And that's just kind of my snapshot view, but I like where Jameis was at. At no point was there any kind of indecision. He was very decisive and played and managed the game and got us in and out of good looks, got in and out of plays on the line of scrimmage, handled that tempo very well. So I was happy with Jameis.
Just to get back to Ian's question about sort of taking it all in, do you think there will be a moment when that will happen? When you'll?
I'm sure there will be. Not right now, but I'm sure there will be at some time.
Nick Jones was in at slot corner.
Sorry, say that again.
Nick Jones was in. What prompted that change?
Yeah, the defense. They wanted to make a substitution there for just to put him at nickel. It was a good idea, and I think he did a nice job, made a nice little play there on 3rd and 2.
Mike, I know you have to watch the tape, but ultimately, what was the difference today?
I'm going to go back again, like I said, and watch the tape. I think there's some one-on-one opportunities that we could have taken advantage of, and we'll look at it, see what those plays were, where those players were, and then see how we can work out it fundamentally. Kind of go back to all right. How can we make this thing better? And really just be really, really critical of that as a staff, really, really be critical of that as a player unit and a leadership group, and then go get those corrections fixed.
What was it like having Isaiah Hodgins back this week?
Isaiah, man, I'm so proud of him, stepping up on a short week, short notice, coming in on a Thursday and being a huge part of the offense, critical 4th downs, critical 3rd downs, critical blocks on the perimeter. This guy just stepped up. I'm super proud of him and happy we have him.
What about your running game today? It looked like it was everything was pushing forward a little bit. It was pretty good defense. Your plan?
Yeah, the run game went. We'll look at the tape again and evaluate what we did well, what we didn't do well. But they came downhill. We adjusted kind of early from some of the outside zone stuff, a little bit more downhill stuff, and our O-line accepted that challenge versus a really good front. I thought I had some good production of it. I don't have the exact number of it, but Trace and Motor ran well. The O-line ran well. So we'll just go back and look at it and see what the overall looked like.
Mike, I know that you're happy with their aggressiveness and some of the adjustments on defense, but at the end of the day, you guys lost this one, and the defense gave up a game-losing touchdown drive to end it again in the 4th quarter. Will you reevaluate or evaluate your defensive staff and potential changes there, either at coordinator or in play calling?
And that's the beauty of football. It's a team game. It's never about one person or one side of the ball. Every unit had opportunities to make plays. And so it's a team game, and it's the best team game in all of sports. So we're going to look at it. We're going to evaluate everything. We're going to evaluate all the players, and evaluate all the coaches, the calls, be hypercritical of that, and then find out those areas where we can be better and knock those things out. And that's what we're going to do this week in practice. So it's all of us. It's all of us together on it, and we're going to get arm in arm and go get back to work.